How the fuck's everybody doing tonight? Alcoholics in the house? No pedophiles. Well, I'm glad to be back at Bricky's. The other day, I was sitting at home with my girlfriend, and she was on TikTok, you know, like most girlfriends are. Right? And fucking sitting there, and she said, you know what I saw? It's kind of crazy. She said, this doctor had been doing a study of people, young girls, that had posted videos of themselves with Tourette's, okay? So you can imagine some videos of young girls with Tourette's, how that might be entertaining to watch. And so, fuck! So he was doing a study, though, of actually girls that watched these girls, okay? And what his study said that these girls, after they watched enough videos, actually ended up developing the tics themselves, right? So I was like, well, fuck, that explains it, right? She was like, what? I was like, I've been watching big dick movies since I was 13. Right? So after that, she probably had enough of my shit, and she decided to go into the bedroom. And, you know, I don't know if you guys remember this, but growing up for me, there was a time in my young adult life where I realized tits are fucking awesome, right? I love tits. Probably, you know, I think that's just a general rule, right? We all come out of the womb, and the first thing that we're looking for is what? Well, a pair of tits, right? Makes sense. Well, she goes into the bedroom, and I'm thinking, you know, this is my time, right? Like, I dreamed of this. Like, I knew there was going to be a day where every day I would get to see a pair of tits, right? And I like these tits. So she goes in there, and she's taking her shirt off, and I said something that just, you know, kind of off the wall. You know, you get tired of just saying tits, and it was like something you probably never hear a fat man ever say other than in this situation, which was, I really like fresh fruits and vegetables. I saw fucking melons hanging there. I'm like, fresh fruits. So, it was dumb, but you know, I'm fat, so I'm always thinking about food too, and they looked luscious. They were juicy. I have a friend, she's sitting here in the front row tonight, and is there any deer hunters besides these two in the front row? Anybody like to cab a deer? I see a hand, right? I feel like porno has made us lazy. Right? Huh? Well, we don't even speak in full sentences anymore, right? Somebody said something about BBCs and BBDs and whatever. So anyway, she shoots a buck today and says, well, I got a BBD. And I'm still trying to figure that out, like deciphering big buck deer or deers aren't black, so that's not it. Still working on it. But again, it's made us lazy. I can remember as a young kid having to be kind of sneaky even and learning how to break into my grandpa's garage to see some fresh fruits and vegetables. Right. That's funny that's funny twice, right? Try that out. So anyway, you know, you sneak into your fucking grandpa's garage, and the next thing you know, there's that stack of magazines, right? And the cheap ones are probably on top, and you're like, oh, there they are. Melons. You fucking find them, right? But as you dig on down the stack a little bit more, you start finding some stuff that you didn't know anything about. Like anal sex. And, right. So you have to figure out, after a while, you start thinking, well, there's really not any new ideas anymore, just kind of like old ideas that have been reinvented, right? Like the guy was talking about earlier with Jesus Christ on the ass plug, right? Ass plugs have been around a long time, but it's a whole new world when you stick God on it. I think that was great. Shove it up your ass. So, let's just go back a little bit. Let's just think about this. So probably back in the caveman days, right? There was a caveman sitting around his fucking cave with his Neanderthalita, if we want to call her that. And there's no TikTok, there's no Facebook. After you killed the deer, she probably had a headache. There's nothing else to do but jack off and stick your finger up your ass, probably, right? While you're looking out the front of the cave. I'm just guessing. It had to start somewhere, right? What else were they painting the walls with? Hey, it definitely stains. I know some of you motherfuckers out there right now know all about that. So, you know, a little progression comes along, and I'm sure the caveman probably thought like I did when I was 14 or 15, like, I'm not even going to let her see how big it is. I'm just going to turn the lights off. Bam! Right? bam, stick it right in her fucking ass, right? That's probably what happened. I mean, sooner or later, maybe it slipped. It's really hard to say, right? So long story short, I was at work the other day, and you start figuring out, basically anything that goes up your ass always feels bigger than what it looks like, right? If you look at your finger, it's not that big, but you stick it up your ass, and the next thing you know, that motherfucker feels pretty bad. So, right. So this girl's telling me how she's late on her electric bill. And basically, she don't know what she's going to do. She's only got $20. And I'm like, stick it up in your ass, and 3 days later, it'll probably be 100. She didn't like that. So anyway, that's all I got, guys.